I hear I may have family here. Welcome to my community of Paso Robles. I'm Drury Woodson James. I understand you're going to take some buggy rides today in our community. We hope you have a nice time, but before you do, I thought I'd come and talk with you a bit. Answer a few questions you may have. If you don't mind, I must sit down. I have a weak leg from the war in Mexico. It's afflicted me all my life, but probably not so much as some of those cattle drives. You got any questions?
I have a question. After serving in the Army in the Mexican War, you came across the continent from Kentucky to California. I'd like to know about those early California years, about your life from the time you arrived in California until you settled down in Paso Robles.
I believe those were the most wonderful years. They were years of discovery. Years when I grew to a man in maturity. Years when I left my family, my home, and learned what it is to live in the world. I came to California in a wagon train. It was a long trip, it was a hard trip. It was a beautiful trip. Our country is beautiful. We came to the gold mines, the gold fields of California, after we heard about the gold rush in 1849. I believe most of those peoples were fools, but I enjoyed being among them. They were ambitious men, they were driven men. The only difficulty is there were no women. But they came, and we had a good time. However, I did not want to pursue the kind of life they had in working so hard. Panning for gold is hard business. It's a fool's business. I saw opportunity in selling meat to them. Those eyes were opened to me by some friends of mine I met on the wagon train. D.D. Blackburn, my partner, and James O. Blackburn, Hanson Blackburn, my other partner. They were wonderful men who taught me a lot about how to make a living in the cattle business. And I enjoy the cattle business. We used to drive cattle from Northern California to Southern California. We do it several times a year. It was a wonderful trip. This great San Juan Key Valley was gorgeous at all times of the year. And it was a great place to be. It still is. That's why I'm here. You have some other questions, sir?
Have one over here.
Yes.
What careers did your sons pursue after they completed their education and left home? Could you enlighten us on that? And did any of them work with your business?
Did any of them work with who?
With your business.
I thought you said with my mistress. It rather frightened me, sir. I never did. I have a wonderful wife, Mary Louisa. She is wonderful. Well, my sons. Well, Willie died early in life. We're sorry, we missed him. We buried him in San Miguel Mission Cemetery. That was a great loss because he was our first child. The last child was Eddie. Eddie had the greatest opportunity of all. Eddie got to go to a university, something that I was deprived of, but my family always treasured. We founded schools, we were educators, we believed in education. And Eddie had a fine education at a new school. It's called Stanford. Maybe you've heard of it, I don't know. But it's a good school. And he went on, like most sons do, to find his place in the world. Any other questions?
I know very little about the family of your spouse, Louisa Dunn James. I've got a lot of questions about them. How and when did they immigrate from Ireland? By way of Australia to California? Is that the way it came? Was Louisa born in Australia?
Mary Louisa Dunn, my wonderful wife, the woman who rules my world, and quite often tells me what to do. A very religious and faithful woman, I might add. But a woman who also likes to play a good game of cards. She loves whist. The Dunn family is a wonderful family. They came from Ireland. They went to Australia. Mr. Dunn, Patrick Dunn, whom I employed for several years, went to Australia to make his fortune in the penal colonies. England was sending their convicts to Australia. But there was no one there to serve the convicts, no businesses. So Mr. Dunn had very big ideas, and he went to Australia. And he met his wife Mary there, and Mary Louisa was born. And then they came to California. They came here after coming into the part of San Francisco, where most of us come in, who come to California, if we're not coming overland. And he made his way down here, and when we met their lovely daughters, they were quite enchanting ladies. Both Dee Dee and I found Mary Louisa and Cecilia quite enchanting. They're beautiful ladies. And they're intelligent ladies. They know what to do. I was attracted to Mary Louisa. So we married, and we employed Patrick. And Patrick ran our post office in the hotel for a while. He also ran our restaurant. We wound up having him in livery because Mr. Dunn had a penchant for drinking. I do not approve of drinking. So, Mr. Dunn, we kept him in the family, we supported him, we supported his wife, we continue to do so, and we respect the family.
There's a brother, I think, went to Mexico. Was that Patrick?
Oh, you're talking about our son. We had twins, Charlie and Carrie. Carrie was named after Carolina. Mary Louisa and I went back to Kentucky to visit our family, our ancestors. On the way, we stopped by Carolina. It was a beautiful country in Carolina. The coastline, the ocean. We'd never seen that ocean before. It was a beautiful ocean. And we decided if we ever had a child, we would name her Carolina. So when we had our twins, we named Carrie Carolina. We call her Carrie. And we had Charlie. You have to have one seed match another. Charlie studied our cattle business. He wanted to be a cattleman. He wanted to go down to Mexico, where all the good cattle are. Or so we were told. We've raised some fine stock here. So Charlie went down to Mexico. We don't know what happened to Charlie, except we believe he died there. I cannot say of what. I do not know of what. But I miss him.
Did your children have any kids of their own? And is it possible that we might have some distant relatives among us here today?
Oh, we have wonderful children, grandchildren. And now I know we have great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. They are a wonderful family. Among the great-great-grandchildren, we have Reverend James Malley. He's a Jesuit priest, you know. The Jesuits are known for education. The Jesuits are known for intellect. And I hear that the Jesuits run the Vatican and the Pope. But he is a fine man. He He's a little older in years now, and he's suffering from illness. But he will survive, and he will do well. And he must know that I'm very proud of him. I also have another great-grandchild, John Malley, and a sister, Janice. They also had a sister, Joan. And Joan is with me now. She is happy, she is content. And I believe our family is a strong family, a good family, and always will be a good family, and always will pursue being a good family.
You've held many offices and positions. I understand you're a Democrat. Please tell me about your services and positions in the state of California.
You really do want to talk about politics, eh? Well, that's the family business. My entry into politics came much from my business. We wanted to start a town. Mary Louisa talked about it often. I enjoyed La Panza where we lived. I would have liked to have a town out there, but the springs were here. We knew that would be a good attraction for people. So we came here, and we engaged in the hotel business with the Blackburn brothers, and we have done very well. And then the town, we started a town, Paso Robles. I was the mayor of that town. Since it was my town, I sort of thought it appropriate. So I was the mayor, and from there we started building schools. I was school trustee. Later on, I engaged in representing the county. I also started the bank. Our business grew, and as our business grew, I became well known in the community. I believe I was well respected. I tried to be well respected. I tried to be kind to everybody. I tried to be good to everybody. Many of the people who did not like our Mexican friends who lived in our area, we believed were good people. They served us well. We worked with them. They worked with us. They became part of our family. We respect them. And very often we would speak in their language. We thought that important because this was their land at one time. So I continued in politics. I began to enjoy it a little bit. I even got a little heady about it at times. And when I did, my beloved Mary Louisa pulled me back. There were friends of mine who wanted to be governor of the state of California. All I had to do was say yes. And they had a meeting in Los Angeles. And Mary Louisa and I packed our wagon. We went to Los Angeles. And I did not become governor. Thanks to the good wishes and sound thinking of my wife. I have been rescued from politics. I don't think we should talk any more about politics.